Okay, we're on.
Well, oops. JK.
Hey!
Hi. Apparently we're on.
Mercury got us all jacked up. Hold on. I'm drinking my White Girl White Claw. You know what? I've been doing real good. And I'm like, I'm just going to have like one of these, or two of them actually for the show. But like, doing my low carb, working out, drinking lots of water.
Dude, I've been running.
Oh, yeah? I was
running.
running.
My foot hurts so bad though. But
Oh, the one that you haven't,
I haven't gotten surgery on it yet. But
Sorry.
we've been doing it. We have been going fartleks, like
Such a funny word.
every half mile or something. Then we take like a short break and then go again. So, yeah. Needless to say, my ass hurts.
You know,
And then we did butt today too. I was like, why? Oh, because
Why?
Because I'm old and it's starting to go away. Okay. It's true.
that was a topic today at the gym.
About your booty.
No, I wish. Shoot. Although I did realize it wasn't the deadlifts that made my butt hurt. It's Carmela. I need to send her the link. It was the damn kettlebell swing. That which is how I got my boo boo.
Swinging it.
Yes, Zach told me to do like the big 24 kilogram one or whatever it's the red one. He was like, and I was like, I don't want it, but I did it and I got through. And then the next day, I couldn't walk. I couldn't even sit down to pee.
Yeah, those kettle swings are something.
Yeah. So then,
Really
today there was a conversation about how like, women when they get older. We have a rainstorm going on.
If the booty starts sagging.
Well, it's just there was a comment made by a person. And it was like, oh, yeah, I couldn't date. If I was single, I couldn't date women that were like my age.
What the bleep?
And I was like,
To whoever you are. Just
and I said,
so you know.
I was like, well, I mean, it does get a little fucked up. Like, you have to do a lot of extra work. So
here's what I found. So
I mean, I have other comments on that.
Those of you who don't know, I used to be a
stupid.
personal trainer, still a yoga instructor, and then fitness classes as well. I will tell you this. There is a point in your age where everything goes down.
It goes down.
And it flattens. Bloop. And here's the interesting thing, that you can work and make that grow, but if you skip a week, you know it. He's right, but that's no reason to not date us. We still have bitches and shit. I'm JK.
Well,
but seriously,
here's the thing. Like when a woman when a mature woman
did
takes
you get
care
chilly?
No, I needed
Trying
to
to be all professional.
I needed to put it on so y'all see my fat self. My boobs and my arms feeling thick. Oh shit. Anyway, no, and also this is my Shaun of the Dead attire.
Oh.
Yeah, because I mean I was thinking about it like we gotta find our tribe, prepare for the apocalypse. Bitch, the apocalypse is here. So I wanted to wear my Shaun of the Dead. Have you seen Shaun of the Dead?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay. But
We gotta start our wigs next week too. It's Halloween season.
I can't wait. I love it. But yeah, there's a point where a woman has to girl, you got to make an effort. You can't just wake up with your little 20-year-old ass and think that like, oh, I'm so fat. Bitch, you don't know fat yet.
I remember my 20-year-old self. I just want to go slap her. I'd be
I know.
like,
hell, my 38-year-old self was looking better.
like, oh, I'm eating Cheetos, just a couple because I'm gonna get fat. And I'm like, I look back at pictures and I'm like, bitch,
scrawny ass,
so
little
skinny
shit.
with a perfect butt. Shut up.
Yeah. Well, and you know what?
Now I eat one Cheeto and I'm fucked for like 2 weeks.
Don't eat Cheetos.
Don't eat Cheetos.
You know what though? At least we both have nice asses. Like,
true. So
I
even
have
if-
an ass. I
Yeah.
don't care what anyone thinks or says or whatever
It just might
happens
not
to the
be
rest
such
of
a-
me.
like a high ass. My thing is,
Excuse me,
I'm
my
like,
ass is high. You can speak for yourself. I have a great ass. Y'all can't see it, but
Mine
I have a great ass.
personally, I've always like I got a big ass, but
You do not have a big ass.
no, in a good way. Like, oh, that shit fat. PH.
She has an athletic, like, I take care of my shit and I work out ass.
Yes, but if I neglect it for longer than a month,
What happens?
what had happens was, is it then becomes, it's still a plump butt, but instead of being up here, it's down here. Still looks good. It's just not up here.
I don't really notice that too much on you.
Yeah,
but I don't,
well,
like,
you know,
stare
if
at
you
your
should,
butt,
like-
so.
See my butt every day.
Yeah, I don't. No.
Thank God.
I see mine every day, and it's
Yeah.
quite round.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great ass, and it's gotten better like since working out and riding my bike
Yeah.
and lifting weights. Like it just keeps like getting better, and I'm like, okay, whoa, slow down.
Don't get so big.
But I have a comment about that. So I see all these, and I follow a lot of, like fitness influencers and
Mercury Retrograde.
Mercury Retrograde. So I see these girls, and they used to be, like thin, and now they're like not thin
Thick?
at all. They are thick as fuck, and I'm like, I just want to tell them like, slow down a little bit, because
Stretch marks.
you are well, here's the thing, they're gonna stretch and build, and then when they get older, how you gonna maintain?
So
You're gonna have to
that
eat
is-
like 500 grams of protein a day.
That's one of my biggest things as a
I got the
body,
squeaky chair.
as a bodybuilder. I have found that if I shrink and I get smaller, it doesn't look good because I wind up getting extra skin. And just it's all saggy, and
you
it
can
sucks.
fluctuate when you're younger. You have more
Right.
elasticity.
Well, your elasticity goes with
Yeah.
you, but when you get older,
Like the day I turned 40, I was like, oh.
oh. It's true.
So true. But I'm just now building.
But
So
we still hot as shit, so we're
hot as fuck.
what ups. All right, so welcome to our show. This is Honeybee Awakened. We're here for helping those that have started to awaken, already awakened, and just fucking holding on for dear life. We are here to help you with advice and astrological stuff and PTs and
Astrological
astrologic-
stuff.
So this is how I get through Mercury Retrograde.
Mercury Retrograde.
Slow down.
Ugh.
Because it has killed me every fucking year, 3 times, 4 times a year, how many ever times it is, I've learned. Slow down. And you'll be fine.
It's like, there was like,
It puts the lotion on the
slow
skin.
down. There was like, and I won't get into politics, but there was like 3 politicians. There was like 3 of them that they pulled clips and posted them on like Facebook and Instagram and stuff, and they were like, and like more than normal.
It's so funny. I do
And I was like, ah!
Mercury Retrograde got you, bitches.
Mercury Retrograde.
Mercury Retrograde. All right, so we are going to continue to talk about Mercury Retrograde today.
She getting loud.
But
I wonder what it sounds like with the rain. You talk, I'm gonna listen.
we're going to start with our free flow, which is where we kind of talk about our week and if anything weird or funky happened. And then we'll kind of go into our astrological information. Because if I say it fast, it's going to come out astrological. So we don't want to do that. So, bibbidi bobbidi boo. Yeah, so do we sound good?
Well, why you don't love me, eh?
Okay, so
This off and then
Free
I turn it back
flow.
on.
So
Okay,
my
okay.
free flow for this week, I didn't have a whole lot of stuff. Can you hear the
You
rain?
can hear the rain.
Aw, you guys get to enjoy the rain with us. It is like crazy out there.
Let's have a moment.
Wow. Have you seen that guy on YouTube that he's, I forget what he's, but he's like, breathe in that badass prana. Oh. And then he does this and he's like, oh, slow motion.
That's Ralph Smart. I watch him every day.
Yeah, he's so
What's
funny.
up? What's up, Ralph?
What's up, Ralph?
Shout out to you.
But anyway, so free flow for me. I talked a little bit with her about some things that happened in my life. I had a big spiritual counseling session with someone.
Oh, yeah.
So that was really cool. I think the only thing I can really share with you guys is that I was asking her about my visions, because sometimes I get these like crazy intense visions. For instance, my son put his fist through a window. 17 stitches later, he's fine. But before that, I was in meditation and I saw this little tiny baby hand, and it was like this towards my face. And I was like, what was that about?
It's a little scary.
It was creepy. But I saw that. And then like 5 minutes later that happened, and I was asking her, I was like, okay, so like all that. And then
sorry.
There you go. I saw that. See? And then like I also had a vision, which I texted you about, where it was like, sometimes my visions are like black and white. Sometimes they're purple. This one was full on, as if I had a phone screen right in front of my face. That hardly ever happens. And it was a white screen, or like a white room, and then this like old, I don't know, 1920s type rusted out fixture above my head. And it was a quick little bloop like that. And I was like, what the fuck was that about? And I'm always trying to wonder, you know, like, what do these visions mean? Mm-hmm. Obviously, the hand went.
How long ago was that one? The hand?
I texted you. It was on Monday.
Okay.
Because I was like, what was that? I don't know. So I asked her. I was like, did you get anything weird? Nothing. But so I was asking this lady, and she was like, well, sometimes you'll get these visions that are prophetic. And she's like the hand was a prophetic one, but obviously it was a little too late because he did it within like 5 minutes. So it was prophetic. Prophetic? Yeah, okay, I was making sure I said it right. It was prophetic, but
she needs help sometimes.
Oh my God, over there.
And not even in Mercury Retrograde.
Yeah, but it gets worse than Mercury Retrograde.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited. I can't wait for all of them.
There was nothing I could really do about that. And then the other one was random as fuck. So I was like, okay, so like, what do I do with these visions? And she was like, well, like the prophetic ones are obvious, right? It's to show you a future thing that's going to happen. And the more you build on that, the more that you can, you know, hopefully get them earlier and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. She's like, now the other ones, instead of focusing so much on what the mind perceives it to be, instead focus on what the feeling is. And I was like, ooh, see, I'm going to do the Ralph.
Slow motion this time.
Slow motion this time.
Sometimes it's fine sometimes, but I watch him like every day.
It's a lot.
And so I just want to be like, Ralph,
calm down on the slow motions.
Listen.
Or the breathe and piranhas.
I mean, we all want to breathe in that good ass prana, baby. I love it. I want to get a shirt. Oh, yeah. And I got to talk to you about.
Okay. But yeah, so it was really interesting because especially us, we have these like crazy dreams and visions, and we're like, what the fuck does that mean? And we put these stigmas on what it is. And she's like, instead of doing that, which coincides with what random video I saw from Feel Good today. And he has good stuff too on YouTube. But he was talking about, after this video, you'll never be the same.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch that one? And so he was like, you know, your mind might be thinking, you know, this is what I got to go do and this is what I got to go do. But it's just another phase of reality. So instead, like a physical reality, yeah. Instead, take your mind out of it. Come here.
Yeah, like don't
and feel it.
You need to feel it, like be in that moment.
So like if you have a crazy dream or crazy vision and you're just like, what in the actual, just so you know, your ego will try to figure it out, right? Like
your ego is the first one to go, what's going on here? What do we need to do
and
with
put
this?
like, okay, well that means this and this and this and this. But if you take a step back,
called noise. Yeah. And that's what we learn in remote viewing is that a lot of this is going to be mental noise, and you got to take that out of it. What are you sensing?
Yeah, and so if you take it back and you go, okay, what is that feeling to me? Like for me, I thought about it and I was like, well, the feeling I got with that vision, and I'm telling you guys, it was less than 5 seconds. It was a quick little bloop. It was like I was there and I wasn't. That's what it felt like. Bloop, bloop.
You can remote view. You're sensitive to that.
Yeah.
To that. To knowing the difference between your ego and your. Ooh.
I'm just kidding. But
no, Ralph Smart,
no, don't do it anymore. But my feeling was that it was surgery, which was interesting because I'm like, was I remote viewing? Was it a past life? Was it blah 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 blah? Does it matter? And that was her main thing. And she was like, sometimes it doesn't matter what it is. It's just a matter of
random shit too. Sometimes it just comes in. And
and it's just a matter of almost like your guides are teaching you. You know, like here's your little lesson for the day. Okay, you did pretty good.
Here's a coloring book.
Yeah.
Here's some pencils.
Yeah. See if you can spell the word dog.
For real. And you're like, C-A-D.
I did it. I D-O-D. I did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
See, told you I always say stupid shit. Oh, I got the squeaky chair. You know what? I have a theory. I think that all of your chairs, except for one, squeak.
This one squeaks only once.
Yeah.
So that was my take on my free flow for what happened this week. I didn't really have anything else. I will say whatever is going on this week, which we'll get into later, but I am super heightened. Like my
I don't even want to leave my house.
My vibrations are crazy. I saw this thing. It said, I don't know. I've been on this like sponsoring.
Sponsored. White girl, white claw.
Spiritual awaken your ass. I've been on. So I don't really get a lot of the reoccurring 5%. Numbers as much, you know, like the synchronicities. But I showed you, I think it was Monday, all of my odometer. So 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. I was like, ooh.
I was like, all the sixes.
Yeah, and so like,
I wanted to be like, wherever you're going, don't go. And it's like, no,
no.
We're not going to put fear out there.
Yeah,
6 can be a
and
good
not only
number
that,
too.
When I wrote my book, Vash told me what all the numbers
Did
meant.
we talk about? Yeah, we talked about Vag in like the first one.
And so, like, I know 6s aren't a bad thing. It's more about like more of a shift or a transferring of energy kind of thing. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
it can feel bad, but it's not a bad thing.
In tarot, 6 represents kind of like this, like sharing of resources.
Yeah,
like 6 of Pentacles.
Yeah. So I was
leaving some shit behind and transferring over to another area.
Yes, that's why I say shifting.
Yeah,
shifting things over.
When the shift hits the fan.
When the shift hits the fan.
What, Tacky?
C6s. But I was watching again too many inspirational videos today. I don't know what's going on with me. I was just like, oh, cool. I had to drive all the way to San Marcos, so.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But it was talking about 4s. And I was like, oh man, I haven't seen a lot of numbers in a long time. I saw 6s the other day. I still see 111 all the time. That just means you're on your right path. That's all that means. But I'm like, but I haven't seen kind of like the message ones. And message ones are usually like 4s, 3s, 4s, and 5s are kind of like, hey, pay attention to us, you know? And I was telling her that I was talking to this lady, my spiritual counselor, we'll call her. And she was talking about, you know, be patient in like your job and that kind of thing. Like,
oh, yeah.
Things are coming. And I'm on the phone, and I was thinking about it all day today. I'm like, well, yeah, I haven't seen a lot of numbers that like are saying like, messages. And I'm on this phone with this lady, and she was like, talking about this position and that position, blah, 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 and all this like hierarchy stuff. And then I was like, yeah. And I was about to say something, and I saw 444, and I was like, sounds good. What else can I do? And I was like, that was a message to shut the fuck up and just stay in your lane.
Stay in your lane.
Stay in the lane. I was like,
that's been a very popular theme. Stay in your lane.
Yeah. So I have just been on this like crazy connection thing, which is funny because Jupiter hasn't even come out yet, back out of retrograde, and I'm like, I've been missing that connection, and I don't know what has shifted.
Well,
this weekend, but I'm like, whoop, I'm like right back in there, and I'm like,
I'm not.
Hello.
I'm not. I mean, I guess I am.
I argued with my higher self today.
Girl, well, we've both been arguing. Like, you've been arguing with higher self. I've been literally yelling at, like, God and the moon. Poor moon. Moon was just like, but you know what? Came out the next day. It was getting smaller, and I was like, you know what? You're a bad motherfucker.
You're a little bit of a wolf. You like to yell at the moon.
I am a lone wolf. Speaking of, great segue. I found out that, I didn't just find out. I knew that I had Pluto in the first house, but I didn't know what all that entailed. And it's pretty dramatic. It's traumatic. And people like me that just keep smiling, keep shining. Like, it's amazing because we can very easily go dark. And I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. And I'm like, we did my hair darker.
We did.
And I'm feeling it. And it's starting to kind of help me understand a few things, like trauma as a young child. And then how, like, I was, like, forced into this behavior and how I'm supposed to be. And then, like, living in the world that we're in right now, where I'm like, okay, well, that's bullshit, because we are literally human lie detectors. Like, we are the one group in all of the zodiac that, like...
So first of all, welcome to the buzz. And second of all, they don't know what you're talking about. So can you explain Plutonians?
Yeah, I am.
But you didn't say Plutonian.
Yeah, I said I'm a Plutonian. I have Pluto in the first house. So, so like, here's an example. So Keanu Reeves, he's a Plutonian. He has Pluto in the first house. And for, like I said, for people like us, like, there's usually some kind of trauma or something big happens early on in life, because your first house is like your childhood, your identity, how people perceive you in the world. So all of those things are formed very young. And his Pluto and first house are in Virgo. So it's all about like what is the actuality of it? What's the tangible, like, what is the truth? So I think it's no coincidence that he makes movies like The Matrix, John Wick, Constantine. Ooh, I love Constantine. And there's a bunch of other stuff that he's done too. But those are like, ooh, it's raw. Pluto, otherwise known as Hades, is the ruler of the underworld. So if you...
Bill and Ted's Adventure. It's my favorite. It's where I fell in love with him.
I'm sure he's like, yeah, whoa. No.
Whoa, man.
But Britney Spears also is a Plutonian. She has Pluto in the first house in Libra, just like I do. And, I mean, like, I get it now. I get it. She is, like, she's been forced, probably through traumas that we don't even know, to live in this life. And, like, she's been basically a prisoner for the last 15 years. And she's, like, Pluto in Libra, like, wants to keep this beautiful peace, but it has to, like, they will roast some shit over. Like, when she lost her shit, that was because she was tired of the bullshit. Like, she realized she was with some narcissist piece of shit. Sorry, maybe you've changed, Kevin. I don't know. It's not my business. But that's what happens when people like us get exposed to toxic energies. We lose our shit. We straight up lose our shit. If you're going to fuck with the Plutonian, we're going to lose our shit on you. Like, we are the last people on earth you want to fuck with. You can try, and we'll be like, no, go away. But if you're like, you're coming off as like genuine, and I want to be in your world, and I want to know things about you, and then you flip a bitch, we'll stab your car with some kind of pole. But like, I was like, this poor girl, she's been forced to live in this prison for so long, when all she wants to do is just live the truth. She doesn't want to be this fluffy thing. That's why, like, when she did her hair dark, and I'm like, it's me. I'm Chucky Britney Spears right now. I love it. But like, she just like wants to raise her children and live her life and have a good time and she probably wants to be a little more creative and a little more dark and embrace that Plutonian nature. Mm-hmm. So all of that, like, it came in the nick of time too, because I had a really, really like rough week. That's all I'm going to say as far as the details on that goes. But so I was like, all right, well, what can I do? Because meditating ain't working. Drinking ain't working. Like, it didn't matter. So started looking at my chart, and I was like, let's look at this Plutonian thing. And so I started like finding out like, oh, well, that person's a Plutonian, and so is that person. Blah, blah, blah. And we're ruled by the most transformative planet out there. And if you look at Pluto, it's got the big heart on it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, what? What are you going to do? Is it the truth? Then you ain't doing it. Sorry. So I love that, and it was comforting. And then so I found out some other people were some of my friends, and I was like, yay. It's kind of like you're the wolf, and you're standing on the cliff, and you're howling at the moon, and you see some other wolves in their little territory over there, like, yelling at
hey
their...
You.
Yeah, hey you. And they're like, hey. And I'm like, you're a Plutonian. And they're like, what the fuck is that? So yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
that was my week.
All right. Well, since we're kind of already on that, let's go ahead and talk about kind of what's going on astrologically.
She slowed down.
I did.
Astrologically.
Astro. I had a friend named Astro.
Aww.
We called him Captain Astro. He wasn't my friend. He was actually my parents' friends, but he was a cool dude. I called him Uncle Astro.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, that's sweet.
He was a pretty cool dude. Anyway, so random fact about Melissa. Fact.
Well, always a random fact about Melissa. Hey, going in the past is part of Mercury Retrograde.
I should actually write my book right now while we're in Mercury Retrograde.
It's part of it.
Mercury.
That's how a techie says Mercury.
You know why?
Okay, why?
Because you can't fuck it up that way.
Mercury. Well, but
say Mercury.
Mercury.
Mercury Retrograde.
Mercury Retrograde.
It's hard.
I just did it real fast.
Mercury Retrograde.
But during retrograde, he says Mercury Retrograde.
Yes.
And I think that's adorable.
Well, because I said that before you, Witaki, just so you know. It's called a Melissaism, and you stole it from me. So, we're Libra season. Yay, happy Libra season.
Yay, Libra season. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
It's creative. It's the harvest. We've done all the work throughout the year, and now we
judge people. No, I'm just kidding. Tip of the scales.
That is
do I like you or not? Just kidding.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
I'll have to send you the video that I watched on a Chuta talking about the whole
But it
thing.
is true. I mean, watch out for those Libra season shit, because you will be questioning a lot.
And I think it's like the video that
especially
I watched
with
from
Mercury Retrograde. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. Like taking a step back. And Achuta talks about this whole concept of, and I don't remember where he said he got it from, but it's like taking a step back analyzing what is being said or what you might want to say or how you feel about it, how you think. And then at the end of it, kind of thinking, maybe. Like, try to come back from giving it a definite...
Yeah. You do have to be careful during Libra season and Mercury retrograde, both, even if Mercury retrograde is in a different time than Libra, but of making final decisions.
Absolutely. But in that, and this is what Libras get accused of all the time. I'm Libra rising, so I know exactly what they're talking about. We get accused of almost like this analysis paralysis, where we say, or like we don't make a decision on something because we're like, well, but this and well, but this. But also in that is this compromise that Libras tend to make, especially when they're trying to pair up, which has been my downfall. So if I don't give something a definite, that's not going to work. In order to like bing, realize like, oh, we've seen this before. This is a pattern. Step back away from that and give it the name that it is. So what he was saying is basically like what I've been trying to teach myself what not to do, like my entire life. Like stop taking a step back. Well, maybe this person is not nice. Well, maybe they are just having a rough day. So I think finding the balance in being able to say, no. I've seen this before. Yeah. No. Or
that's a no.
Yeah. And I think that like having a Mercury retrograde in Libra is kind of a perfect little combination. It's like our chance to go up. I'm not gonna touch this one right now. I get to analyze it. I get to look back on my feelings and how past events have led down different paths, but they've been the same thing. So I get to recognize things within myself that maybe hopefully I've healed at this point. And then I was just channeled. I was like, blah, 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 blah.
You did. She did.
I did. So yeah, I like it. I like Mercury retrograde. So it's going to come direct on October 18th.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about Mercury retrograde
along with Jupiter. Okay.
So other things that are going on right now. So we have Libra season. We have, I may have to look this up unless you know. We've got.
I really like this bracelet.
I know, but it's starting to wear out.
Oh, well, you just got to restring it. It's real pretty.
She acting like I got time for that shit.
Don't you know nobody that does jewelry and shit? I do.
So we have...
I was like, wait, I do.
Pluto is still in retrograde. October 6th. That one goes back.
We're back online, bitch. Y'all better watch out because we will steamroll your shit. Yay. Tee. Pluto's like the steamroller. It'll squish out anything that's not the truth. Uranus is like God's bowling ball. It'll come in and just like everywhere fuck shit up. Yeah.
Okay, so we have Pluto's retrograde, Jupiter and Mercury retrograde.
It's really storming.
It is.
Oh, I made a post. If
did.
you would actually look at my posts.
I did, but I didn't keep it in.
My posty posts.
I did, but I didn't keep it in.
Are you at a hotel? No.
Maybe. Fuck off.
Maybe. Fuck off.
Okay, hold on.
Do we have anybody in the chat? No.
So Sun is in Libra, Mercury is in Libra, Venus is in Scorpio, Mars is in Libra this week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, remember Mars in Libra, Venus in Scorpio is like wearing each other's clothes, walking through the house.
Yes. Good bitch. I hope you feel like that. Just kidding. Take a walk in my shoes, MF.
Okay, there.
There you go. Okay, thank you. So we got Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury, Neptune, Pluto, and Uranus.
She says Uranus.
Uranus. Uranus. Sounds like a rich person talking about your
Uranus.
Uranus.
I can never say Uranus again now. Uranus. Do you play Uranus?
Do you play Uranus?
No, but it waxes sometimes.
Oh my gosh. All right, so we've got Saturn goes direct. Okay, let's start. Pluto is October 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Saturn's October 10th. Jupiter, Mercury, October 18th.
Isn't there an 8th in there too?
No. Oh, my throat chakra is starting to close off on me. Shit.
Maybe you're not supposed to talk about it.
So really, we just have to worry about Pluto because Pluto's next week. Careful. But
I'm a little bit like.
Can you hand me that throat chakra oil, please?
I'm a little bit like, what's gonna happen? Because
let's go flossy. I was like,
well,
ASMR
and also,
shit.
You know, think about it. We learned that Pluto is in your 6th house, and your 6th house is your daily routines, right?
Faux show.
So, come the 6th, girl, something big might roll through and be like, or if you're living all aligned and it's all the truth, then
I was like, what is this giant phone in front of me? Spacey.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see like what transpires.
And how long has that one been in retrograde?
Maybe that's when I win the lottery and I call you and I'm like, listen,
bitch, we got some work to do.
Listen,
now.
Linda, you
what are we gonna do with
it?
all this money?
we already know.
It's
Specular
true.
highlighting again.
I got confused. I got lost for a second. I was like,
Where'd
what
you
are
go?
we doing? No, I'm not oily. Okay, cool. Shall we go in? Let's go in. Mercury retrograde, part 2.
Okay.
So, last week we were all on kind of like the negative of what Mercury retrograde, watch out, blah, blah, blah. Well, now we're in it, bitches. So, I'm sure you're seeing any of those things will pop up. But I'd like to talk about the positives.
Of course you do. Miss Light and Love.
I am light and love. I get told all the time, you're too positive. I'm like, I can't help it.
No, it's good. And it counteracts my very, very strong ability to just go dark as fuck. Like, I am Maleficent. I am, what's her name? From the Sea Queen from Little Mermaid?
Ursula.
Ursula, never underestimate the importance of body language. So anyway, so you stay light and love. I'll stay Ursula.
So we are going to go into the positives of this particular Mercury retrograde. So we're all on this like getting ready to go through this huge, massive bloop shift, right? If you aren't on the other side, sorry. You're going to stay down in the depths, right?
I think they're not even going to know. I think people aren't even
Exactly.
going to
That's
know.
what I'm saying. They're not going to be on the upside.
What's in that?
I'm trying to help because Mercury retrograde is messing with my throat chakra. Here, I don't know.
Let me read it.
So, here's some positives for those of us who are on the other side and are ready to go. So, what's it got?
It says dilute with carrier oil for body use. Did you?
No, I don't ever do that.
Clearly, it's smelling like something in here.
Just like smells like patchouli or some shit. What is it?
I don't know. It doesn't actually have. I mean, it's got a bunch of shit floating in there.
There's some rocks and stuff.
Oh, that's for your throat chakra. Okay.
I like it. That's all soothing.
It just says concentrated essential and fragrance oils.
Yeah, they ain't got to tell you. They don't want you stealing their shit.
I mean, I know that smell.
It's like
I just can't
bergamot,
place
rose, some kind of like tea
Eucalyptus.
tree.
Yeah,
or
either
like-
tea tree. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Hooty hoo. Okay, light and lovely.
Okay,
Let's
so light
do
and love.
this.
Let's do this. So, some of the positive aspects that will come out of this Mercury retrograde that if you would like to really dive into and work on. So, let's first off realize that Mercury retrograde makes us go, let's look in the past.
It's when the planet looks like it's stopping. It's not. It's just the rotation of it.
But I'm saying like for...
I'm just letting them know.
Yeah. For soul work, it's like, ooh, let me go look in the past. That doesn't always have to be a negative thing. It can be a positive thing as well. It can be like, you know, like I've worked on every single Mercury...
It's going to be like a 5-hour-long show with us.
Mercury Retrograde. A Mercury Retrograde where I'm like, every single time it's been past relationships, past failures, past whatever, past. And I found it interesting because the past, like, 3, I haven't had that.
That's good.
Right?
That's this whole year.
And, yeah. And so, well, yeah, totally. So, I'm like, okay, so what then is it that affects me? And the past 2, I haven't really had anything. I've just kind of been like, gliding through, I'd say.
Nice.
But this one, I'm like, oh, gotcha. It's to look in the past again, but then not to look back on like the hurt and the anger and the disappointments and the fear and all of that. It's like, what is it? Man, that's got me today, man.
There's a lot of shit in the air, too. So
That's the rainstorm.
that's the ragweed and the mold. We're going to have mold tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. It's more of like, okay, where am I now? How am I better? Or what have I learned? And how can I take what I've learned from the past and now rearrange that to move forward versus, oh, look at what happened in the past. Oh, I'm thinking about it. Oh, da-da-da-da. Oh, no, it's more of like, man, I have grown this fucking past how many ever years. Look at my relationships now. Look at where they were then. Oof. I've grown a lot. Okay, are there some things I could maybe tweak in there? Yeah. Okay, well, we'll start tweaking those now. And I really feel like that's what this particular Mercury retrograde is about for those of us who have been working and doing the work, that it's like, okay, now what? Okay, I see the shifts. And Wateki talks a lot about right now working on ourselves before we come out into this next couple of weeks of working out towards the world.
Yeah.
And I think that's what
that's been huge for me this week.
Yeah, and me too. I'm like, what am I doing in my life? And I should say that real quick because it's not just about like looking in the past. Let's say it's a relationship. It's not about looking in the past to go, okay, where did I fuck up in my relationships where I don't fuck up now? Instead, it's like, whoop, back to those relationships. How did I not take care of myself?
Yep.
And then, whoop, okay, I need to do this, and this to take care of myself. Which is interesting because normally it's like, how did I fuck up the relationships and now I'm fucking them up now?
Yeah, now we're all like,
well, what do I do to help me?
How do I love me better? Yeah. And then it's like you're taking responsibility for your own actions because towards yourself, and that mirrors your relationship a lot of times. Right. And so and
normally in retrogrades we don't think about that. We think about, oh God,
this person and
this person and that person and that. And this time it's really about us.
I am
feeling that so big.
Huge moment. And I was like, okay. So now that I don't want to live in that mental space anymore, now I get to just be me and love me, and then I can attract the right kind of people in my life. Yeah. It was all my damn fault. But like in a positive way, like oh, okay, all of those things that I went through. And he said something I forgot. I was going to say, I can't remember what.
But yeah, so it's really about, I feel.
Oh,
go ahead.
He said that we've seen the beast. We have seen the beast. We have it. Like, if you haven't seen it, you're not going to. But we've all seen it. We have all seen the beast, and the beast meaning our lowest vibration, our shadow side, the thing that really pulls us down. And it's within us. It's whatever it is.
Yeah, it's all internal.
Yeah. And he's like, we have seen the beast. There's no more to see. And anything you do from this point forward is basically just repeating something, but you know it now. You're very, very, very hyper aware of it now. So it's like, oh, well, pull back. I'm not going to do that again. Mm-hmm. I really like that.
And that's if you are on the path, right? Like those of you, not any of you, not any of our viewers, but like those people in your life that are not on the path, they aren't even going to see any of this.
They won't even know it.
They won't even know. And you can like talk and preach all you want to, but it's not
love
gonna
yourself
mean anything.
first.
It's like, really about just you.
If at the end of the day you feel like, you know what, I need to send this text, I need to say, look, I understand, blah blah blah, but this is how I feel, da 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 da, and you're like, okay, I have said my piece, I did what I needed to do, that's what I needed to do for me in order to have that peace of mind, then okay.
But that's honestly, fine. During Mercury retrograde, you should really have a friend.
Triple read your shit.
You should triple read your shit. You should have a friend proofread it before sending it, and maybe even wait 24 hours after that before sending it, because communication is right now. It's super true. You're gonna be like,
I almost sent a text to the wrong person earlier. I was like, oh no. God.
Yeah.
Oopsies. I was like, no, Mercury, no.
Well, I've even noticed that, like, personal relationships of my own where I'm sending texts and I'm like, I reread it and I'm like, no, it sounds totally fine, but I think that they're reading it wrong. Well, honestly, because I'm like, I've gotten, like, no word back, or I've gotten, like, some sharp words back, and I'm like, I didn't mean any... I'm happy, guys. I'm light in love. And they're just light like, but I think that you have to remember, it's not just you sending out possible wrong communication. It's also the receiver that might be receiving it wrong.
Mercury rules communication. Yeah. It's intellectual property. It's anything that has any kind of computation. So like your car is a computer, your computer or your phone, whatever, email. Any kind of correspondence, right? So anytime we have a Mercury retrograde, there is going to be some kind of glitch, wonky, whatever, having to do with those things. And because we are creatures who communicate with words and thought, a thought that becomes words, and that basically rules our daily lives. Like, we don't walk around like going like, I need to find food, and like go and like tear down a tree and like grab coconuts and stuff. Like,
I mean, I do. But
like, we're not driven by that. I mean, essentially, at the end of the day, yes, we are. We're like, how are we gonna feed ourselves and put a roof over our head? But we are driven by thought, first and foremost. So during this,
I heard ha ha ha.
Are y'all laughing? Good laugh or bad laugh?
It's a good laugh. Okay. It's a good laugh.
Yeah, they're probably like, haha, you have to do that. We don't.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. All right, we got 10 minutes left, so here's what I'm thinking. What? I think we pull 3 cards.
Okay.
You pull 3 cards.
Okay.
I'm going to channel via pendulum. But really, I think that's the ultimate thing that we needed to say during this time of Mercury retrograde is that
just slow your roll.
It's a time to slow. It's a time to be careful for communication, and to realize that this one, I think in particular, is about us, yourself.
Focused on yourself.
And when you're looking in the past,
I mean, you should always just.
I mean, it's true, but I think that it's good to have a good reminder sometimes.
Yeah.
When you're looking in the past, because it is a past reflection time, look and see how are you treating yourself in the past. How have others treated you in the past? Not how have the relationship gone. How did you treat yourself? How did others treat you? What can you possibly change to make that a better relationship with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I already want to say namaste, motherfuckers. Namaste, motherfuckers. All right, I'm going to get my pendulum.
Okay.
Where's your, did you have more to say?
You know what?
Go for it.
No.
Oh.
I have a lot to say, and I'm not going to say it because I shouldn't say it.
Is it negative?
Well, of course it is.
Is
well, it's actually... It's
about Mercury retrograde, though?
Yes, it is actually. Well, it's about the Mercury retrograde in Libra right now,
We'll go for it.
and that whole thing that we were just talking about.
We don't even have to draw
when
if you don't want to.
No, we will. I think they like that. So loving yourself is also especially during this time, is recognizing the triggers and the things that set you down that
For sure, the negative path.
rabbit hole of negative thought, or doing something bad to yourself, like what it could be anything. It could be drinking too much, numbing yourself in some kind of way. It could be being obsessive, controlling, any kind of toxic trait, right? And the last week had to really, really just stop and just slow down.
Big time.
And I had to hermit myself. I had to seclude and just not talk to anybody. So, yeah.
I agree with that completely. So feel free to hermit.
I have been. Like a mofo. And then I started having nightmares. I've had 2 now. That I didn't set my alarm, or I missed the alarm, and I didn't wake up in time to go to the gym.
Oh.
And then I wake up and I have time. And I'm like, oh, okay, yay. That's the one thing. Working out has been the one thing that has saved me. Nothing else. Alcohol's bad for you. Talking about your shit can sometimes be bad for you, because it's like, okay, how much are we going to talk about this shit? Just 3, huh? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shuffle, put an intention, or ask what we need to know, and then I'm just going to pull from the top. So it's up to you guys. I like thunderstorms when it's a little bit cool outside and you can sit on the porch. And the breeze blows through. Oh, okay. They said, no, not like that. Do it again. That's okay. Sorry. Okay, all right. I hear you. They are yelling at me.
Yeah, they're going super fast here, too.
All right. Well, then let's see what the little message is.
So far, I've got, don't let mean people in and stop fearing.
Okay. Thank you. I needed to hear
that. Aww.
I needed to hear that. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Wow. Well, if that...
And I said that's it.
Okay. Oh! Ooh, I like it. So, look, we have Queen of Swords.
Truth. Walk the fuck away. And
this is the card of Libra.
Nice.
10 of Wands.
Grab your shit and go.
The 10 of Wands for me is, look at all the work you've done. Throw that shit down. You're done. We've completed the task.
Mm-hmm.
Throw it. Bring these over to the little hill and then drop them there and be like, okay, bye.
Done.
And then the Chariot. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
We're done. We are done.
We're done.
We have lived the lessons. I love this. Let's take a picture and then I'm off. That's the Queen of Wands in reverse. That's Aries in reverse.
Hold on. Was it reversed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Would I lie to you?
Tell me when you slow
I'm
the
a
fuck
Plutonian.
down.
I don't lie.
Tell me when you slow the fuck down. Aries in reversed. Quit being impatient and slow the fuck down.
I love the black cat. You know what you know, the black cats are always like...
Majestical.
Well, they're the symbol to me of like, this is the little the little dude between the worlds, right?
I was told you have to look at that one too.
I saw it.
It's a new start.
It is a new start. It's the Ace of Wands. Here, we'll show like this. Yeah, I think this is...
I think that even like that coinciding with my message was...
Yeah, what'd your message say?
It just said that. It said, don't let mean people in and quit fearing. So I think it's like, just stop listening to outside of you. Stop letting people decide for you. Drop the fucking wands and move the fuck on.
This is done. We're
done doing this. We're done listening.
Get in, loser. We're gonna make our lives great again.
It's right, goddamn.
Love it. Oh my gosh. And post that on the Instagrams.
My Instagrams.
Yay.
Yeah, Belle.
I didn't smell our sage. Do you want to smell the sage?
So, walking around the houses, I'm like, should I Palo Alto this? I'm like, it probably wouldn't be really good to smell. Walking in the
People
houses.
would be like, who's smoking weed?
Is somebody smoking weed in this house?
Why do all the cleansing things smell like weed?
I don't know.
But they do. But they totally do.
All right. We are good. I'm happy to end on this. Like,
that was a good note.
I don't think that we can get any better than that. So
now let me go back to my darkness.
All right, go back to being all...
Go back to my Plutonian life.
All right. Listen. Stay light. Stay happy.
Black cherry.
It's going to be okay. Go within. Do what feels good.
Yes.
That's it.
Do what feels good for your soul.
For you and your soul.
Yeah. What?
Here. Not here.
We're all...
Not here, but here.
Mercury.
Did
we talk?
Yeah.
You know, you want to know something else real quick? Every single time, except for like maybe once.
Two times.
2 times, we always get a crazy storm or rain or thunderstorm or lightning storm every time we do the show.
Yeah. We only had 2 times we didn't.
We didn't do it yesterday because of life. So we decided to do it today. Mm-hmm. And look, we got blessed. And then we actually had the rain sounds. Like, watch, when you play it back, it's going to be like, oh, I can hear them. It's awesome. Well, unless we're being all loud and obnoxious, but
it's quite possible. All right.
Namaste, motherfuckers.
Have a good
Love
week.
You all. Oh, go like this page on or follow on Instagram at Honeybee Awaken. And then give us the thumbs up if you liked it. And leave a comment if you have a topic you want us to cover next time. Okay?
Yeah. Bye.
Love you. Bye. Yay, that was really good. It makes me happy.